Thank you.
Just like in 2010 to 2015, when you would have instructed your ministers to give a portion of their salary to the Children's Life Fund, can that also happen where you take a personal decision?
That is a different issue completely. Please don't confuse them. I'm not buffing you. I'm just saying let's not. I don't want the report to come out. Let's not confuse it. One, you're asking me if I can overturn the decision of the SRC as accepted by the former government. My AG has responded in law. I am a lawyer, but I prefer to defer to senior lawyer in this matter. The second one, should we continue to contribute to the Children's Life Fund? For 10 years.
I have the honor to lay the following papers. The 113th report of the Salaries Review Commission of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the general review of salaries and other terms and conditions of service of offices within the purview of the Salaries Review Commission. 2. The 120th report of the Salaries Review Commission of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the review of the 117th report with respect to the review of salaries and other terms and conditions of service of offices within the purview of the Salaries Review Commission. The 119th report of the Salaries Review Commission of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the determination of salary and other terms and conditions of service for the Office of the Deputy Director General, Enforcement Division, Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority.
Camille Robinson-Regis exposes Kamla Persad-Bissessar's hypocrisy on the SRC salary hikes, a betrayal of the people. The crisis behind the pay raise. While the people of Trinidad and Tobago face rising food prices, water shortages, unreliable healthcare, and youth unemployment, politicians in the highest offices have quietly accepted massive salary increases sanctioned by the Salaries Review Commission, SRC. But what's worse than the pay hikes themselves is the dishonest political theatre surrounding them. On one hand, the government silently accepts the pay raises. On the other hand, the opposition leader, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, pretends to be outraged, claiming her hands are tied. But Camille Robinson-Regis, longtime Member of Parliament and senior PNM figure, has shattered that illusion with facts, constitutional references, and historical precedent. And the truth should shake every citizen of this republic to their core. What is the SRC? The Salaries Review Commission is a constitutionally established body under Section 140 of the Trinidad and Tobago Constitution. Its job is to periodically review and recommend the salaries, allowances, and terms of service for high-ranking officials, including members of Parliament, the Prime Minister and Opposition Leader, judges and magistrates, members of the public service and statutory authorities. But it's important to note the SRC only makes recommendations. These are not automatic. For anything to become law or policy, it must be accepted by the Cabinet and/or debated and confirmed in Parliament. The 120th SRC report, in November 2024, what happened? In November 2024, the SRC submitted its 120th report. The recommendations were staggering. They included salary increases ranging from 20% to as high as 40% for some top officials. The Prime Minister's salary was increased to over $70,000 per month. The opposition leader's salary also rose sharply. MPs received increases while citizens were being told to tighten their belts. Despite national outrage, the Cabinet quietly accepted the recommendations. There was no debate in Parliament. No consultations with trade unions. No public statement warning the public of what was to come. Camille Robinson-Regis calls out Kamla's double standard. When the backlash hit, Kamla Persad-Bissessar and her UNC MPs tried to distance themselves. They claimed they had no say in the matter and could not reverse the pay hikes. But Camille Robinson-Regis did not let that slide. In a pointed address in Parliament, Robinson-Regis laid out the facts. The SRC report was formally laid in Parliament on November 15, 2024. This provided an opportunity for any Member of Parliament, including Kamla and the UNC, to debate, challenge, or object. The opposition took no such action. No motions were filed. No debates were initiated. They said nothing. Meanwhile, they still accepted the new salaries. Robinson-Regis called out the hypocrisy. You cannot collect the increased pay while telling the public your hands are tied. Kamla's legal excuse and why it doesn't hold. Kamla has since claimed she lacks the legal authority to undo the pay increases. She says only the cabinet can reverse it, and she's relying on legal advice that suggests her hands are tied. She's also argued that the complex structure of the SRC, covering judges, MPs, and other public officers, makes it hard to disentangle or reverse a single aspect of the report. But Robinson-Regis pointed to precedent. In 2009, under Patrick Manning's administration, Kamla, then a Member of Parliament, demanded a rollback of salaries. Public pressure mounted, and Manning's cabinet revised the SRC recommendations. Salaries were cut. It was done before. It can be done again. The Constitution allows for action. Robinson-Regis emphasized that the Constitution gives Parliament and the Cabinet multiple tools to challenge SRC recommendations. Parliament can debate and object to the recommendations. The matter can be referred back to the SRC for further review. Legal channels such as judicial review can be pursued if process violations are suspected. Public statements and action can be used to pressure the Cabinet to rescind or amend the decision. The warning to the people. This is not just a political quarrel between two parties. This is a moral indictment of the entire political class. Trinidad and Tobago is in economic pain. Yet while our roads are collapsing, schools lack basic supplies, and the average citizen can't even afford groceries, MPs from both sides of the aisle are collecting raises funded by your tax dollars. Kamla Persad-Bissessar's claims of powerlessness are a smokescreen. Camille Robinson-Regis has made it clear Kamla could have acted. She still can. But she won't. Because like the government, she has benefited. The bigger picture, a betrayal of public trust. This is about more than pay. It's about trust. The SRC report has become a symbol of how detached our leaders are from the people they claim to serve. Where was the consultation with citizens? Where were the trade unions? Where was the transparency? There was none. Just silence. Then acceptance. Then paychecks. Conclusion: the time for silence is over. We, the people, cannot be fooled by political spin. If Kamla Persad-Bissessar stood by and said nothing while salaries were raised, and now pretends she's outraged, it is not leadership. It is betrayal. Camille Robinson-Regis has pulled back the curtain. What we see is an opposition that failed to act when it mattered, a government that quietly cashed in, and a parliament that has lost touch with the people. This is your country. Your tax dollars. Your future. Do not let them fool you again.